All across America, people are needlessly overpaying the interest on their mortgages and other debts without even knowing it. In this video, we'll show you how thousands of people in the U.S. are saving interest and paying down debt faster than they ever thought possible. So let's get started. Over the years, companies that have created products and services that help to change our lives for the better, such as Microsoft, Apple, eBay, and Starbucks, received the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award. It's a highly recognized award, and Ernst & Young is known as one of the top 3 accounting, tax assurance, and financial services firms in the world. The creators of the Worth account received this same award in the financial services category. We've also been recognized by publications such as Success Magazine, Mortgage Planner, True Wealth, and Broker Banker. Plus, we've received the Editor's Choice Award from Personal Real Estate Investor Magazine. So, what is the Worth account? Well, first, we'd like to tell you what it's not. It's not a refinance. It's not a mortgage modification or debt roll-down program. It is not an increase to your minimum monthly payment. It does not require you to change your bank or lender. And most importantly, it does not require you to change your current lifestyle.
The Worth account is an easy-to-use online banking system which uses key money-saving principles to help you eliminate debt quickly and save interest. We would now like to review 4 of these key money-saving principles. The first money-saving principle is strategic payoff. The second one is interest accumulation. The third key principle is interest float, and the fourth is interest cancellation. Here's what an amortization schedule looks like on a 30-year, $200,000 loan at 4.5% with a payment of $1,013. If this client makes their payment as scheduled, by year 20, we can see that they have barely gained half of their equity, yet they have already paid over $243,000 in mortgage payments. And at the end of 30 years, they will have paid over $364,000 for their $200,000 loan. That's over $164,000 in interest payments. In other words, they will have paid 82% of the original amount they borrowed just in interest payments. Banks hold depositors' money as long as they can to leverage themselves. They wait until the last possible minute before dispersing funds to various accounts so they can, in the long run, hold on to every cent. This is how they continue to make significant profits. Now, it's your turn to have a system that runs the strategies and calculations for you, allowing you to use your banking systems to bank like a bank. Did you know that if you pay your mortgage on the 1st, when the bank asks for your payment, the bank will hold on to that money, gaining interest on it daily for 14 days, and apply that payment on the 15th? What if you let that same money work for you those 14 days? It's called time value of money. Our system has many thousands of math algorithms working for you. That means that your system is tailor-fitted to your specific financial situation using existing banking tools at your bank. We just provide the online banking system and education to get you out of debt the fastest way possible based on your unique situation. Let's discuss the first of the 4 money-saving principles, strategic payoff. Think about this. In what order would you pay off one debt? Well, there's really only one way to pay it. What if you had 2 debts, your Visa over here? Which one would you pay off first? Well, you could pay the mortgage and then the Visa, or you could pay the Visa and then the mortgage, so there's 2 possible orders to paying those debts off. What if you had 3 debts? 3 debts, there'd be 6 different ways to pay that off. If you had 4 debts, there'd be 24 different ways to pay that off. 5 debts? Well, with 5 debts, you would actually have 120 different possible ways each month to get to the fastest way to zero, and only one of them, one of the 120, is the correct and fastest way. The system recalculates each time you have a change in the amount owed, interest rates, the ratio of principal applied versus interest paid, and many other determining factors. Fortunately, the Worth account determines all the correct factors for you. Let me introduce you to Mike and Mary Adams. Mike and Mary make $5,400 per month net or after taxes, and they spend a combined $5,200 per month on all their debts, expenses, and entertainment. This means Mike and Mary only have $200 left over at the end of the month. Do you need $200 to make the system work? No, you just need to spend less than you make, and even as little as $1 left over will work. Here are their liabilities. Mike and Mary have direct deposit with the companies they work for, so their paychecks go into their checking account. The system prompts them to transfer that $5,400 from checking into savings. So for the sake of demonstration purposes, realizing that everyone's situation is different, we're going to say that Mike and Mary can pay all of their bills on their credit card or line of credit. We realize that the online system will be customized for you and that your financial situation will be different from Mike and Mary's. A credit card or line of credit is not required for the system to work. We're just keeping this simple so that you can understand the gist of how the system works. So they pay for their food, gas, and all of their household expenses, including all the bills shown here. Because their living expenses are $5,200, this means that they now owe $5,200 on that credit card or line of credit. The system now takes that debt into consideration and will address it the following month. You'll notice that the debt amounts have changed because they continued to make their regular minimum payments as scheduled. So in month 2, their savings account paid Mike and Mary $13 in interest. Now they have $5,413 in their savings account. This is the second money-saving principle, interest accumulation. The system prompts them to take $3,884 from savings and transfer it into their checking account. After that, the system prompts them to take $5,200 and pay that credit card down to zero. We used someone else's money for 30 days and paid them no interest and allowed our money to work for us at the same time. This is the third money-saving principle, interest float. It then prompts them to take $4,084 from their checking account and pay toward their primary mortgage. And, identifying an additional strategic transfer, the system calculates an exact amount of $798 and prompts them to transfer this amount out of the savings onto the Visa. So, this is what the beginning of month 3 looks like. We now owe less on the mortgage and less on the Visa, and this is what happened to the mortgage. Their new balance is $195,652. Their interest rate and minimum monthly payments stayed the same, but they canceled 15 months' worth of mortgage payments and saved $11,162 in interest. This is the fourth money-saving principle, interest cancellation. What does this mean to you? If these were your numbers, you could now pay yourself what you would have been paying the bank because you would no longer have to pay those additional 15 months at the end of the mortgage. You can see how powerful this is. Can you do this on your own? Perhaps with many hours of strategizing, overanalyzing, calculating, and constantly updating, and providing you're a math genius. But this system calculates each strategic move for your money, making sure that timing is perfect and that each penny you have is working hard for you. The system will do many of these strategic maneuvers throughout the life of your debt payoff. So, let's recap. Here are Mike and Mary Adams. They're 40 years old. On the conventional side, they will be paying on their debt until they are 70 years old. That is 5 years after retirement, if in fact they can retire at that point. With the Worth account, they will be debt-free at 52 years old. That's 13 years prior to retirement, and they can pay themselves instead of their creditors. Plus, they saved over $101,000 in interest on their mortgage and over $38,000 in interest on their other debts. It is important to understand the financial implications of holding on to debt. Holding on to debt will always cost you more money than you can earn on your own. As a society, we are emotionally involved in thinking that making more money is our answer, yet it is our debt that in reality holds us back from achieving our ultimate financial goals. Sometimes people say, I could try to do this on my own. So let's look at what would happen if Mike and Mary sent their $200 discretionary income each month to their mortgage. First of all, that is not what the Worth account does. It does not require you to increase your minimum monthly payment. Second, we know that most people will only do this for a short period of time because, well, life happens. However, if they did send in the money, they would not have access to those funds and it would only eliminate around $52,000 in interest. The Worth account saves you over $140,000 in total interest payments without having to increase your minimum payment by $200 every month. Remember, with the try-it-yourself option, Mike and Mary are not even addressing their other debts. You might be doing something to eliminate your debt, or you may be doing nothing. Either way, we have something here that will help you get out of debt faster than any traditional method, book, CD, DVD, or class will ever teach you. No more calculating your debt, interest rates, payments, and guessing which combination will save you the most money and time, because the system is personalized with your information. The system is doing the calculations and factoring the money-saving strategies for you, and you have a clear, easy-to-use plan that is in line with your goal of getting to the fastest way to zero. And what if life throws you a financial curveball? Well, the system simply adjusts the plan and gets you back to your destination of zero debt, and it's guaranteed. Our online banking system helps you clearly see what your financial choices really do to your overall financial picture before you make those decisions. If you decide to do an addition to your home, buy a boat, or whatever, the system will show you the impact, recalculating the years to pay off and the amount of interest you will pay. This is so much more than just paying off your debt. It's 2020 financial foresight. The visual representation of the Worth account showing you when you will be debt-free is what we like to refer to as the financial GPS. It not only guides you to quickly pay off debts, it helps you stay focused. Just like with the New Year's resolution, we often lack the discipline to follow through to the very end. It helps you to track success. The system doesn't just provide you with a one-shot analysis of your situation, but it clearly directs you, even if you make a few wrong turns. It also helps you to save for retirement. For example, let's assume you had this 30-year mortgage at $1,013 per month and paid that debt off in 12 years like Mike and Mary. What if you kept paying that $1,013 to yourself or to an IRA for the remaining 18 years? We guarantee everything, to the month and year you will be at zero debt and to the penny on what you will save, in writing. All we ask is that you follow the system's simple prompts, and you will achieve the guaranteed savings as stated in your free savings report.
The Worth account system has helped homeowners all across America pay down hundreds of millions of dollars in debt ahead of schedule. We believe that everyone who would like to have a brighter future should hear about this money-saving system. To see a video demonstrating the Worth account live, just click on the demo video link. Then, the next step is to call for your free savings report. This report will show you how much time and money you can save, with no account numbers, no Social Security numbers, and no credit checks needed. Thank you for your time. We hope you will take advantage of this opportunity to experience greater financial freedom.